Has it ever crossed your mind what truly happens behind the glittering, thrilling lives of famous folks? Suppose the true story of a glamorous celebrity life was much more unusual and intricate than anyone could guess, shielded by concealed facts and astonishing occurrences. Prepare yourself, for today we explore a heated courtroom contest involving a music icon, filled with startling accusations and perplexing developments that hold everyone spellbound. The courtroom clash, a battle of wills and words. Think of a colossal jigsaw puzzle where everyone tries to connect pieces, but some just refuse to fit. That's how it felt in the courtroom, as the concluding segments of Mia's account came to light. Mia, a former assistant to the celebrated music figure, faced many challenging inquiries from the star's legal representative. The situation grew so fervent that the opposing party, aiming to establish their arguments, actually voiced a complaint to the judge. They asserted the lawyer's forceful questioning was so severe and demeaning that it might deter others from ever sharing their experiences in court. How would you feel if your questions were called so harsh they could prevent others from speaking freely? The judge himself added a comment stating he hadn't witnessed shouting, yet he observed the lawyer posing inappropriate questions and failing to adjust them as instructed. This led some to ponder if the lawyer acted deliberately, so the jury would grasp his intent, even if the question itself was improper. Mia's past promises and a new path. Let's rewind a bit. The music icon's lawyer closely examined Mia's past job application, the exact document she presented to gain employment with him. On that document, Mia had stated her readiness for a truly quick-moving work setting, her capacity to manage all duties around the clock, and that she possessed thick skin. This seemed like a pledge she made to be resilient and constantly prepared for work, regardless of its difficulty. Yet during the trial, the lawyer used those very words to dispute her account. He questioned how a person who stated they had thick skin could also assert they had been profoundly harmed. After her departure from the star's staff, another noteworthy event occurred. Mia secured a position with another highly recognized pop artist, Madonna, for 8 months. This led the lawyer to suggest, "You weren't trapped or prevented from working, were you?" It appeared his aim was to demonstrate Mia remained capable of working within the prominent circle of public figures, following her time with the music icon. The St. Bart's incident, a scream in paradise? The account presents a disquieting twist, with an occurrence in a lovely, sun-drenched location named St. Bart's. Mia recounted a frightening instant when the music icon allegedly shouted at her while they were aboard a vessel. She had apparently miscounted some funds, and the star became quite furious, yelling and making threats. Mia stated she felt so frightened she fled. But here's where it becomes more peculiar. She asserted she was unable to depart St. Bart's because her passport was kept by someone on the star's crew. The lawyer swiftly addressed this, remarking, "Isn't that precisely what happens? Passports are routinely retained in such circumstances." This specific point, concerning her passport being out of her possession, brought forth significant queries regarding the extent of her autonomy while employed by him. Mysterious messages from years gone by. The account gains further intrigue with some truly perplexing messages. The lawyer demonstrated Mia had sent the music icon numerous pleasant texts, extending years beyond her departure from his employment in 2017. Consider her sending "I love you" messages for Christmas, several New Year's Eve greetings, and a communication in 2020 stating, "I'm thinking of you often." A message from 2019 stood out as particularly odd. Mia wrote that she dreamed she was trapped in an elevator with R. Kelly, and the music icon arrived to rescue her. There were other communications where she joked about renowned figures like Mick Jagger and claimed the star earned more money gambling than Leonardo DiCaprio, referring to DiCaprio as a Titanic mother effer in the message, which came across as somewhat amusing. She brought up having a dedicated note area on her phone labeled "Funny Puff Said," filled with remarks from the music icon. The lawyer utilized this to inquire, "Do you possess any notes in your phone detailing brutalization?" These communications, full of fondness and lightheartedness, appeared to form a perplexing depiction, causing observers to question her present assertions and her continued closeness to him following her employment conclusion. The brainwashed puzzle. Why the long silence? A frequently discussed aspect of Mia's statement concerned her reason for remaining silent about the reported significant events for such an extended period. She asserted she was brainwashed. The lawyer seized upon this, inquiring, "That's your response? You were brainwashed? What does that truly signify?" Mia clarified it was a perplexing period, marked by highs and lows. However, the lawyer persisted, questioning how reported grave occurrences could be intertwined with highs and lows, asking, "How does one separate those things? It's like attempting to confine a frightening happening into a small container, apart from joyful moments." The defense further inquired why she postponed revealing the reported sexual assault until her third meeting with the authorities, and only subsequent to acquiring legal counsel. This seemed more perplexing, as the authorities noted she had complimentary legal assistance for her prior meetings. The lawyer earnestly sought to introduce information about a substantial agreement, just prior to her retaining her present lawyer, but objections consistently prevented him from stating it plainly to the jury. He also sought to present images of Mia at celebrations, infant welcoming gatherings, and with friends and kin, which would appear to contradict her earlier declaration of never seeing her loved ones due to lack of opportunity. Those images, however, were ultimately not displayed to the jury. This caused the lawyer to powerfully reiterate the inquiry. Why did you not disclose what was taking place to anyone? The unseen injuries and unreported harms. The questioning then proceeded to other startling assertions, such as an instance when a door allegedly closed forcefully on Mia's arm. The lawyer posed straightforward inquiries. Did you seek medical assistance? No. Did you photograph the contusions? No. Did you yell and weep? Did anyone hear you? That sounds painful. Why did you not yell and weep? Mia responded that she was in shock and could not recall. It was as if the lawyer sought to expose inconsistencies by questioning the absence of tangible evidence or overt response to such an occurrence. He additionally raised a point about a time she worked for 5 consecutive days without rest, which he termed a bender, though she simply characterized it as working. He inquired if she had ever undertaken such a feat before, staying awake for numerous consecutive nights, and she replied no. Another perplexing element arose when she required a feminine hygiene item, and the lawyer asked if anyone was present to observe that. Mia confirmed, indeed, a dwelling filled with individuals was there. These inquiries appeared formulated to emphasize moments where her narrative might have missed the common elements one would anticipate from such events. The defense attempted to introduce her therapist's records, but the judge instructed the jury to disregard those particular questions. Cassie's world and the duty of silence. The courtroom then directed its attention to Cassie, an individual also associated with the music icon. The lawyer devoted considerable time reviewing Cassie's impressive professional path, detailing the various artists she collaborated with, the films she appeared in, her modeling assignments, and prominent events she attended, such as film festivals, the Met Gala, and Paris Fashion Week. He presented an email asking Mia if it refreshed her memory regarding the substantial funds the music icon invested in Cassie's pursuits compared to other artists, suggesting Cassie received preferential support and greater financial allocation. Mia stated she did not recall the email. Then came the exceptionally challenging inquiries. Why did you not share any of this with Cassie, your sister with whom you were so close? Do you recall ever cautioning Cassie about Diddy? The lawyer recalled to Mia a startling incident when she reportedly witnessed the music icon pile drive Cassie into a bed, yet Mia never instructed Cassie to depart from him. Mia's unexpected reply was that it was her duty to present the music icon in a certain manner to Cassie, because that was her compensated task. This explanation, that she was paid to safeguard his image, even concerning Cassie, deepened the intrigue surrounding her actions. It also became known that another assistant, Kayla, was terminated for discussing Cassie's reported mistreatment, and the music icon allegedly informed Mia she would need to give testimony against Kayla and subsequently against someone named Capricorn Clark. Mia's moment of truth. Why testify now? As her period on the stand concluded, Mia faced a paramount inquiry. Why are you giving testimony here today? The government ensured it was clear she was not accepting any payment and possessed no legal action against the music icon. Mia's response conveyed deep emotion and conviction. She expressed sentiments to the effect of, "I cannot face my nieces or goddaughters if I do not." This plainly conveyed her sense of moral duty to speak. She was further asked if she found public speaking frightening, and she confirmed it. They observed she maintained a downward gaze throughout her testimony, explaining it was terrifying, demeaning, the most frightening experience imaginable. This revealed the immense challenge she faced in sharing her narrative, lending greater weight to her choice to speak publicly. The hotel's hidden records, aliases, and unexpected damage. Following Mia, a fresh witness appeared, Sylvia Oken, the marketing and sales director at an exceptionally luxurious establishment, the Beverly Hills Hotel. She had served there for numerous years and appeared to discuss guest information and bookings. She presented a profile for the music icon, but it was listed under a concealed identity, an alias named Philip Pines. She clarified that it is quite typical for celebrated individuals to employ assumed names to maintain their discretion, and she further indicated another alias he utilized, Frank Black. Subsequently, the revelations grew more intriguing as she displayed statements or invoices from the hotel. On one statement, a peculiar charge of $500 for oil damage was present, and a further charge of $300 for an extensive cleaning to refresh the drapes. One might wonder what led to such damage. She additionally demonstrated how other individuals' names could be appended to a booking, and indeed, Cassie's name was present, alongside someone named Dominique Neal. This unanticipated view into hotel files provided an enigmatic insight into the music icon's personal life and his associates. The defense lawyer swiftly affirmed that utilizing aliases is customary for public figures, and that more guests can occupy a room than formally noted on a booking. What comes next? The witnesses waiting to speak. The day concluded with an indication of what lies ahead in this enthralling account. Tomorrow, we will hear from Eddie Garcia, an employee at another large hotel, the Intercontinental. Subsequently, an individual named Frank Piazza may discuss a video, potentially as a specialist, or someone who assisted in its acquisition or modification. Following this, matters will become more individual as Cassie's friend, Brianna, is scheduled to give testimony. However, the eagerly awaited testifier is Jane Doe, identified as one of the affected individuals, slated to provide her statement either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday of this week. Each incoming witness is poised to uncover an additional segment of this intricate enigma, guiding us further toward the reality behind the glitz. So, what are your thoughts? In an environment where glittering renown conceals numerous undisclosed facts, where personal narratives collide with public personas, and where each courtroom inquiry may reveal an unexpected reality, the pursuit of what truly transpired goes. So this judicial contest is nowhere near its conclusion, and it prompts us to contemplate the genuine accounts veiled by the bright illuminations and celebrated news.